As you can see, we have the standard Adobe Workspace user interface. The 4Flow solution has been modeled on top of the Adobe Experience Manager Forms product, and therefore it shows up within the user interface in two areas. On the left-hand side, we have a new category called 4Flow, where two new intrinsic processes show up, the general request and the routing slip. The general request is the form that is used for point-to-point workflows, where a user will initiate this and direct it to another user. That next user can then, if they decide, direct it to yet another user or halt the process. So this is used for simple general requests. For more complex requests, we use the routing slip. And the routing slip is used to define a list of recipients who may need to review or approve the particular object that's being routed around in a serial or parallel fashion. We also have the ability, in the case of both, to do some time sensitivity. So we can do reminders where once something is assigned to a user, we can repeat at a regular frequency a reminder message to the end user. So let's look at the routing slip. The routing slip, again, as mentioned earlier, is an adaptive form. It is pre-populating some information based on the fact that the user has logged into the system. They have the ability to specify some properties. Do I want this distribution to be one after the other or in a parallel fashion? What kind of priority do I want? You'll notice red boxes around some of these fields. These don't denote that that particular object is a mandatory element, and you must specify this. The instructions here are what is presented to the next user. So when they receive the transaction or the document to review, the instructions are what are presented to the end user. In this case here, we have also some area to specify reminders as to how often they should be triggered, whether or not there are any, and how often they should be triggered. And the same thing for deadlines, whether deadlines should be used within this particular item and the properties for those. In the case of the routing slip, the last section that need be defined is the list of participants who are going to be participating in this particular review. So in here we have the ability to add additional participants, so I can add as many of these as I want, and I can specify the properties for these particular items so that I can define, here I can put in someone's name and do a search against the corporate directory to pull out a list of users who match my criteria and assign that. So once the properties have been defined, of course I can go to the Attachments tab and I can attach any kind of file object. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it be a Microsoft Office document, whether it be a PDF file or a video file. As long as it is a file, we can associate that with the attachment. And that goes along with the form that gets sent to the next participant. And then we simply click on the Submit button, and that goes off to the next participant. And they will receive a notification either via email to go and take some action on something. The next thing that we have, of course, is the dashboards. The dashboards are a graphical way of being able to see what's going on within the system. So this gives the end user a list of all of the items, and they can click on a particular one here. Let me just click on one that's down below here that is completed. And you'll see here that now I selected a particular item, I get more detail. The completed date, the description would be in here. And here I can see that this particular item started with a user by the name of Robert McLean, and it spent 2 minutes and 38 seconds at that particular step. Then it went to Kara Bowman, and it took 1 minute and 51 seconds. And then it went back to Robert McLean, and the action that was taken was to reject, and that took 3 minutes and 18 seconds. If a user wishes to see more detail, they can drill in on any particular item and get more details and perhaps the comments that that user made at that particular step. So the tracking allows me to go in and locate particular items. And of course, when we look at the dashboard here, you can sort on any of the columns that are here. So if you have a tracking ID, we can use that. If the end date is in particular, or perhaps the description is important, we can sort on all of those, and allowing you to locate a particular item very, very quickly. So all in all, we have a solution that is sitting on top of the Adobe Experience Manager Forms platform that allows you to leverage all of the feature set and functionality that Adobe brings, as well as the feature set that the 4Flow product from 4Point offers, to allow you to start leveraging the benefits and your investment in the Adobe platform immediately. Thank you very much.